So Gareth Southgate has been officially knighted. It was announced a while ago that he was going to become a knight, and this has been a topic that a lot of people are wanting to debate. Does he deserve a knighthood? And this always happens whenever anybody in a public sporting context particularly gets a knighthood. In Formula 1, everybody debates about whether Sir Lewis Hamilton should have been given a knighthood or not. Everybody is debating about now if Southgate deserves a knighthood. Same with David Beckham, who is now Sir David Beckham as well. Does he really deserve a knighthood? What do you have to do to become a knight in a sporting context? And there's no defined definition. There's no, like, you achieve this, therefore you can become a knight. You achieve this, therefore you get a CBE or an OBE or an MBE or anything like that, right? There's a lot going on when it comes to that. There's a lot of different opinions and there's no actual defined criteria for it. So it's a very subjective thing. It's very case by case. But a lot of people are saying that Southgate doesn't deserve to be a knight because he never won anything with England, which is true. He never won a major honour with England, of course. But he's not the only England manager over the decades to become a knight. I was actually surprised to see there's quite a few of these. Now, obviously, Sir Alf Ramsey, he's the first one who comes to mind. Won the World Cup with England in 1966. No doubt, absolutely 100% deserved. I won't find anybody who will say that he didn't deserve. But there are a few that are a bit more debatable, and I'm about to annoy a lot of people when it comes to this, because the first of these is Sir Bobby Charlton. Now, I'm not for 1 second saying they didn't deserve to be knighted, but what did he actually win? What did he actually win with England? Nothing. Yes, very successful manager, great manager at a lot of other clubs, did very well with Ipswich Town, did great with Newcastle United, managed Barcelona too, but didn't win anything for England. I'm just saying, you know. Obviously, he did win things at club level, which Southgate has not done. But if we're talking purely about England, for the guys it actually relates to, then Bobby Charlton, you know, he hasn't won anything either. And in fact, Southgate actually got to 2 finals, something that Robson never managed. He got to 2 semi-finals, World Cup 90 and Euro 96, I believe. So, you know, if you're talking from that sort of sense, does Southgate deserve to be knighted? Yeah, kind of does, to be honest. And the biggest surprise to me, it turned out that Walter Winterbottom was knighted as well. And you might be wondering, who is Walter Winterbottom? Who was he? Well, he was the first England manager to actually be knighted, and he was knighted in 1978. But what did he do for the England national team? Well, to be honest, not a whole lot. He was the manager of England when we had our most embarrassing loss in our history. You'd think that Iceland was bad, and it was in 2016. Don't get me wrong, it really, really was. I was there. I was in the trenches of England when it came to games like that. But of course, England essentially lost to a bunch of amateurs in the USA, and I mean that in a literal sense. They were literally amateurs. They were not even professional players. And they lost to them in the 1950 World Cup finals and actually went out as a result of that. So, you know, there is that. But you might be thinking, well, he must have done well after that. There must have been some good performances for England after that. Well, not really, to be honest with you. Quarterfinals in 1954 in the World Cup. In 1958, went out in the group stages. And in 1962, quarterfinals again. Now, I know in 1958, obviously, the squad was reeling from the Munich air disaster, which really did not help the squad. Obviously, did very well to actually make it to the stage they did, really, when it came to getting a team together after all those players passed away. But still, I mean, if you're just going on performances here, Winterbottom getting a knighthood definitely deserved it less than Gareth Southgate. But like I said, it's a very subjective thing. It's something that people are always going to be debating about. It's inevitable. It's always going to happen. Have your say in the comments below, guys. Sir Gareth Southgate deserves it or not? I want to hear what you have to say. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and we'll see you very soon for much more content on the world of football just like this.